Greetings and salutations. It's been a while. I've been gaming a lot, and I got a special game to share with you. It's called the Plucky Squire. My name is Detective Hemmings, codename Paperwork. Welcome to Case 25, the unique charm of the Plucky Squire. As I prepare to create more extensive long-form video essays and great content for you guys in the later months of the year where it gets colder, I want to talk about the Plucky Squire for the time being. The Plucky Squire is a cute, fun, charming game made by All Possible Futures, and it was published by Devolver Digital. I played this on my Steam Deck. It is available on all platforms as far as I know, and it is a very dope little adorable game with a children's storybook art style. Think Hilda, if you will. Think Captain Babette or Captain Underpants for the English speakers. I'm bilingual. I was just showing off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I just want to talk about it. I thought it was cool. It was fun. It wasn't particularly long, and it's not a difficult game. Though I know they had an update recently, which is a challenge pack, but I don't believe that games need to be particularly super difficult for it to be considered great. So let's talk about the premise of the game. It takes place, quote unquote, in the real world, where there is a children's storybook called the Plucky Squire. Sam is a real boy in this world, and this is his favorite book, and he has a bunch of paraphernalia and merchandise and items that are related to the Plucky Squire. You play as Jot, the Plucky Squire. And to make a long story short, the main antagonist becomes aware of the fact that they're in a children's storybook and that he's consistently destined to lose. His name is Hump Grump. He basically finds a way to expel you, the hero of the story, from the pages of that book into the real world on top of Sam's desk. It is now up to you to stop his reality warping abilities and get back into the book, out of the book, and bring things into the book from the real world in order to stop him from book domination? Not global, but book domination. The gameplay is rather simple, but I did have a fun time doing it. There's combat. You have a 3 combo sword attack. You have a dodge roll. Later on, you can update and upgrade Jot's abilities. So sooner or later, you'll get the spin attack, the jump attack, and the sword throw, and you can upgrade them up to 3 times. There's also platforming, jumping around, making sure that you know how to literally platform. There is portal hopping, going from outside the book into various different drawings and artist related items like the picture on a cup, even like something like a Yu-Gi-Oh card or Magic the Gathering card, to take and bring items from that world. You can also manipulate the book by flipping the pages, jumping in and out. Well, you can't jump in and out at will, but when you see a swirly green little portal, that means that the meta magic is working and you can hop into and out of that particular piece of artistry. There's a lot of wordplay here, where there's certain times where there were removable words and you can kind of pick them up and mix them around to change reality of things that are happening in a book. For example, changing these ruins are full of monsters to this forest is full of monsters. It will change the ruins to a forest or a forest to a ruins, and you got to do a little puzzle solving every once in a while in order to continue throughout the pages to stop the evil wizard. There's also collectibles, art scrolls that show you kind of early design concepts for various things in the story. On top of these things called glitch birds, think of the little grub green things from like Hollow Knight. You kind of just find them as a collectible. I actually don't know what happens if you find all of them. I didn't find all of them. I found most of them, and then exploration. So very simple, but simple and clean sometimes is better than complex and convoluted, and I think that they hit the nail with the hammer on the head with their execution of this game. The presentation of this game is one of my favorite things. There's different art styles, from sketches to the literal book that Jot is from, him going into the 3D quote unquote real world in which he is in 3 dimensions, and it looks very good, very sleek, very clean. The art is pristine. The music is good. I can't say the music particularly stood out to me in any capacity. However, the music suited the game. Real quick, there are also mini games. Every boss fight or every kind of major encounter requires you to play a different mini game. It could be like a Punch Out or a Tetris type thing, but that's also a part of the gameplay. I think the UI is phenomenal, and I really don't have anything to complain about when it comes to the overall way that this game has been presented to the audience and the players and such. It's really good. It's simple, like I keep saying. It's not complex, but it absolutely works, and to me, that's better than trying to go above and beyond and biting more than you can really chew. There are many characters in the game. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm going to just speak about the ones that are the most important. You have Jot, the Plucky Squire, the hero of the story, who is also a writer in World. Then you have Violet, one of Jot's childhood friends, who is a mage and a lover of art. She comes from Artia, and she got a little bit of confidence issues, but throughout the story she works through it. Another one of Jot's childhood friends is Thrash from Thrag Mountain. He's a mountain troll. He is very metal, into music and whatnot, and he's not particularly confident in being a mountain troll music combatant. Their entire culture is centered around kind of combat and being heavy metal-y, but he comes into his own as well, and he's super dope. My favorite character, Moonbeard. Yes, his shades are incredible. Look at them. You love that? He's my favorite character. He is the wise wizard. He is the Merlin, if you will, kind of leading you, helping you out, helps Jot on his adventure, and is a hero in his own right. And there's a bit of a twist with him that I won't spoil. You then have Humgrump, who is just tired of the world making fun of him, feeling second rate, second place, and constantly losing to the main hero of the story, Jot, and finally has his chance to rewrite reality to make himself the main character. And then there is Sam. You don't see Sam. At least I didn't see Sam. But Sam is the boys' room in which the game takes place in. And if you can't fix the book and turn it back into the Plucky Squire and how it's supposed to go, it will cause him to not be inspired to create his eventual future where he becomes a children's artist and writer himself. However, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I actually don't want to spoil more. I almost went into way more detail than I needed. And for the most part, that's all I have to say. It's not hard, though I haven't tried the kind of more challenging DLC. Maybe it's more difficult if I do that, but I did struggle with using Violet to kind of play Tetris. I'm not good at Tetris, so that was the hardest part of the game for me. And I will say there were a few puzzles where you had to use everything you can do, from tilting the pages to make things slide, using stamps to bring things from the outside world into the inner book world, amongst some platforming and wordplay that were tricky at the end. But overall, I didn't find it to be hard, but I still loved it. I'm giving this game an 8 out of 10. If you can get it on a discounted price, I definitely think it's worth the time. And it's going to take you probably 6 to 10 hours to complete. And if you want to play it again, it's a very easy replay through. I'm actually doing a playthrough on Paperwork Hems currently. That is my Twitch channel if you want to come watch. I did one already. Another one will be coming in the following weeks. But yeah, well, as of this video, this date. But yeah, enjoy. Have a good day. Like the video. You guys be safe. And shout out to the Mojam crew. That is Jot, that is Violet, and Thrash. Mojam! And there you have it. Consider this case solved. Go out and give this game a try if you liked anything that I had to say about it. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. And you guys have yourself a mighty fine day.